The stigma of the words special ed, most people just equate it to retarded, and that's terrible. Because there's a lot of students that might have special needs that look just like everyone else.
Special ed, this kind of special ed is not the special ed y'all think, like that one. It's not that one. When people be walking, it's not that one. This special ed is the one with people with anger issues. That's what kind of special ed it is. Yes, it is. That's the only special ed we have here is the one with people with anger issues. That's it.
People at home that don't know what special ed is. It is a place, what can I say? It's basically somewhere where you could just chill. That's all that you do.
I like the fact that I get to meet new people every year, and I like the fact that I get help in my homework a lot, and that special ed has been very kind to me in terms of knowing on what to do. I don't like the fact that special ed doesn't get talked about as much, and that special ed is a big part of the school, and I just feel like if people talked about it more, it'd be great.
I think SOTA it's an interesting school. I've worked in education for 10 years, almost 10 years, and I've never experienced a school where art is the center of everything that a student does, and academics are kind of secondary. This is the first school that I've worked at that hasn't been predominantly populated by minority students. So in the schools that I've normally worked at, it was either, most of the population was either Latino or African American. And in those cases, you would say, oh, well, the majority of the population is African American and Latino. The majority of the population in special ed is African American and Latino. It makes sense, right? The numbers add up. In this school, it's very interesting because Latinos and African Americans, the minority students here, are not the majority. They're a vast minority. Yet, in special ed here, the bulk of special ed students are brown and black.
What do you think of SOTA?
Fuck it.
What are you trying to shoot our video?
I'm making a documentary.
Nigga, you know where we be at, nigga. It's SOTA, nigga.
This is
If you're
SOTA.
freshmen, and I hope you freshmen see this one day. You guys should like it here. It's cool as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Just do y'all thing, man. Excuse my language. And you might find real dudes like us around here. Feel me? But you gotta keep your circle small.
What don't you like about special ed?
Their system.
What?
It's stupid. They put retarded ass kids with kids that ain't even retarded. That's some retarded shit. You know what I'm talking about, Charlie? Okay.
My name is Charlie Blecker. I've been in special ed for, I was in special ed for, from kindergarten to 9th grade. My experience with the SOTA special ed department was, it's definitely got, of all the special ed departments, it probably has I've only been in like 3, I think, but it definitely had a pretty big negative stigma.
You don't like special ed?
No. I mean, she don't like special ed, but she in special ed.
I'm not in special ed.
Feel me?
I have all mainstream classes.
Penis, bro.
I have all mainstream classes, so I'm not in special ed.
Oh, the only special ed class I got is Pritchard. Out here, man.
What do you think of special ed?
You know what I think of her?
It's for people that learn slow, and that's what I think of it. And
Oh, guess who walked by?
You can't even spell
You beat
dinosaur.
up
You don't
Mom.
even know what's 9 plus 10. Shut up.
And it sort of feels a bit like you're a second-class citizen. We have like a fake arts skit place where nobody goes and we just sort of wander the halls up until like from 1 to 3 o'clock. And it's, you definitely don't, I mean like you don't participate in field day, you don't really, because you're not really an academy either, you're just sort of there. It's like its own mini school just in these couple rooms down the basement, and then there's these other 2 schools.
So, and some of the reasons behind that, especially with African American, in the African American culture, you're meant to be vocal. We're very vocal people. We like to speak our mind. We like to engage in communication.
Isaiah, shouldn't special ed have its own track team?
Fuck you, I'm fast enough.
Exactly. We're so fast. We're the fastest there is.
Cause we special.
Damn straight.
You know, in a lot of cases, teachers will see maybe an African American male and say, "Oh, he's too talkative. He's too loud. He's too boisterous." You'll hear things like that, which is, you know, to me, it's just code for he's a young black guy and he's disrupting my class, so get him out. We could probably test the entire school, and more than half the population will be eligible for some sort of special needs eligibility. It's not just African American males; it's everyone. But in a lot of cases, African American males specifically are pointed out because they're the problem kids in class to a lot of teachers that are trying to have everyone silent while they're talking.
You get respect for, in special ed, in my experience, you get respect for being violent and aggressive towards the teachers, which is what helps keep you in special ed in the first place. So you can either get like bullied by the other kids or get screwed over by the teachers, and it's sort of like a bit of a pick your poison thing. It's hard to do both. Like have everybody, it's hard, you can't please everybody.
You know, certain kids, you know, haven't found their passion, or they know it, but they just don't know what they want to do with it.
But you feel me?
Irritated as fuck.
Man, it's cool though.
But
you feel
you
me?
be, but I.
But it's cool though, you know what I'm saying? We all family in this thing, you know, she the homegirl right there, you feel me?
Yeah.
We ain't
Y'all gonna
going.
be right in the face and everything.
We
Be
rapping.
right.
That's how soda is, you feel me? Soda, that's how soda is.
Don't put
you
me in
feel
it though.
me? Soda, that's how you feel what I'm saying? That's how it is. Everybody love each other in here.
Like, what the fuck is
You know what I'm
that?
saying? It's cool.
It's not just throwing a kid into a basement room with no lights and locking the door. It's, okay, this kid may have some problems. We all had problems when we were kids. How do we address it? How can we come together? How can we be the adults and actually make sure that the kid gets an education so that there's some hope for him after high school?
I just want to say that, you know, special ed is a great place. I mean, you know, don't be afraid to, you know, just because you're special ed, don't consider yourself as a, you know, a freak or anything. Consider yourself as somebody who got into a school, well, in a department where you feel very, you know, welcomed, and, you know, you're not judged. And despite the bad kids, I think you're going to get along.